And joining me now are Tracy Jackson and her daughter Taylor Templeton, along with psychologist Dr. Betsy Schur Levy. Thank you all so much for being here. So, you started to chronicle this journey. How did you come to the point where you stopped dead in your tracks and said, I got to change something now? Because we all have points where we think we need to do something about our kids.
You know, it came over a period of time. I think like any big move you make, it's not one exact incident, but it builds up. And I think between probably 13 and 15, it just escalated. And so by the time she was 15, and I felt like I was losing a lot of control, and she was just leading a life that I didn't think was appropriate, and there was a certain brattiness. And I just thought, I have to do something, because if I don't do something now, it's just going to get to a point where we have no control over this.
Okay, so were you in denial about what was going on and suddenly said, I have to change this? Did you ever have any idea what was going to happen?
I don't think I was ever in denial that there were problems. I mean, I never walked around saying, you know, there's nothing wrong. On the contrary, you know, we fought, we battled it out, we did those things that mothers and daughters tend to do. So I never walked and said, you know, this family's perfect, everything's fine, we're all happy. And then one day woke up and went, oh my God, it's a disaster, I've got to fix it. It built up. And then one day I just decided that India was going to be the solution. And I decided to film it.
You're over there shaking your head and nodding, like, yes?
Yes, well, you know, is India the solution? Certainly, in your family, India was the solution. And I salute you both, because from everything we've heard, it did just what you as a mother sought out to accomplish. Your values changed, your friendships changed, your self-esteem is enhanced.
How do you know that, though? We haven't heard from Taylor. Is that true? Do you feel like your self-esteem?
100%.
Okay, there we go. So from what we've read, from the little bit that we've met you today, this was a very successful experience for you. My question is really for the young girl, the young woman who cannot go to India to have this life-changing experience. What's the answer? I'm looking towards prevention. How do we prevent you and your peers from feeling bored, depressed, entitled, arrogant, engaging in dangerous behaviors? How do we get your parents to hear that it's okay to say no, not to be afraid of you, that they can set a curfew, that maybe you can't go to the club downtown till 4 a.m., maybe you can't have that dress from Dolce & Gabbana? How do we show the parents they need to set better, they need to be better role models? Many of the young women and young men, I'm sure that you go to school with and met before you went to college, do a lot of community service. They do feel grateful. They give back. They want to set a terrific sort of, you know, they want to show the community
to Betsy's
how
point,
grateful they are.
Yeah, she asked you how do parents get the message? How do they do a better job of that, in your opinion, now?
In my opinion, it wasn't the India trip alone that did anything. I think that it was a very positive experience, and looking back on it now, I really value all of the lessons that I had learned. That being said, I think that what had really made the biggest difference in my life is doing something that I saw long-term positive results. And during my early years in high school, I wasn't really doing anything. I defined myself through my friends. I defined myself through, you know, nothing of any substance. If you said to me, what kind of music do you like, I would say the most popular radio station. If you said, you know, name 5 words to describe yourself, most likely I would say my friends' names. I just had nothing that separated me from anyone else.
Your identity was so
it was so immersed in what it was, and that she really wasn't
group.
allowing herself even to be herself. I have one quick final question, which is, there was an article, a column written by Andrea Peiser in the New York Post, where she really talks about slumdog millionaires and kind of slams what you did, how you chronicled and talked about it being a thing to make money. It says, at the end, whom do you blame, the kid or the mother? Well, the kid learned from experts, she was raised by wolves. You emailed her, what did you say?
I basically said, hi, I really am not saying this as like trying to attack you. I'm not frustrated. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from, because to me this was something that was very hard. I think it was very brave of me to allow cameras in my home for 2 years to try and show kids that they're not alone, and that this experience, it doesn't only relate to Manhattan, it doesn't only relate to affluent places. It's a universal struggle, which is just growing up is extremely difficult. And so for her to mock my journey and make fun of it was just unfair because I was doing something trying to help others, and she just really was ignoring that. And I said, well, I hope you enjoy my film if you ever have the chance to see it.
And
she has yet to see it.
The film is called Lucky Ducks, and this is the chronicle of your journey. Thank you all very much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.